Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Bad Mother's Day. Let me jump on this real quick. Give me un segundo. Uno segundo. By the way, let me just say to all the moms out there who have not done okay or done what they did or, didn't kill them, to the moms that have gone extra, that brought their kids to the beach to see the thing. I have a friend whose wife did that with her kid. She does everything with her kid. Does stuff like that. If you spend time with your kids, if you work with your kids after school, if you're around for your kids and you love your kids, you're patient but strict, demanding but understanding with your kids, then yes, you're a good mother or a good parent. And I guess there should be a thank you. Like they should say, hey, thanks, man, for being cool. But there's too many of us for this to be a holiday where, oh, hey, good moms. Most parents aren't that good, unfortunately. There are a lot of good parents out there, and God bless you guys for being so. I'm mediocre at best. I've tried hard. I'm mediocre at best as a parent. I could have done so much more. I've been more than lucky. I have kids way better than I deserve. Way better than I deserve. They're amazing. I don't deserve them, but I have them, and I'm glad. And so on Father's Day, I take that day to appreciate them for letting me be a father. I thank them and I do stuff for them because I get to be a father. That's my thing. So that's why I say, should there be a thank you for being a good parent? Isn't it something we're supposed to do anyway? Aren't we supposed to be good parents? Like why do we thank people for doing what they're supposed to do instead of punish people for doing what they shouldn't have done? Now, so that's why I bring you to Dave Burgers. Hold on. Bad Mother's Day. And it is, hold on, it is called Bad Mother's Day because it is dedicated to the mothers out there that didn't do their job, that think that they did good enough, that think that they gave it their all, and everyone should just understand and it should all be okay and they don't have to apologize and they get to go on and pretend like everything's okay. And then they raise kids who do the same thing. Those kids go on to then not to raise their kids with the, hey, my mom did it to me. And it's like, no, that's not really how it works, God damn it, what am I doing? It doesn't look right. Sorry. This is a nightmare. I'm the worst at this. But, so then you raise kids that are going to go on to not have good kids. Give me a second. Let me get this going because I'm an idiot. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to bug some of you. Now, a lot of you are doing your Mother's Day thing. Go ahead and do that. You tell your moms love you, do your stuff. Don't worry about the show. Do you, But for me, let me just go through. I'm just nailing a bunch of people here. And then if anyone has a bad Mother's Day story, of course, like I said, you're welcome to come on and share it. Chris Adams, that's funny. I know you got like 700 bad Mother's Day stories. You're like me. Like me and Chris share that. We both have a billion bad Mother's Day stories. Okay, let me give this a second. Let me sip a little coffee. How you doing? Unfortunately, my my immediate ex, and my youngest daughter are in a huge fight right now for Mother's Day. But yeah, silliness, I mean, that's the thing, guys. And also remember that nobody can really get in the way of your relationship with your kids except you. You're the only one who can really get in the way of the relationship. It's okay to be demanding. It's okay to be strict. It's okay to expect a lot. Don't do the fine. Fuck off. Fine. Don't talk to me again. Fine. I won't be your mom. I won't be your dad. Don't ever do that to your kids. Don't even give that as an option. I've always told my kids, there's no option of not talking to me. Get restraining orders and I'll call you from jail because that's where I'll be because I'll break the restraining orders. You will always talk to me. I'm your dad. Unless it's on me, unless I'm a bad, like I'm a drug addict or I'm coming after you to hurt you, then yeah, no, I get that. Then don't talk to me. However, I wouldn't do that. Kind of the point, you know? Let me do this. I'm going to pin, put something in here. I don't know. You know, we'll see if anyone even gives a rat's, excuse me, shit about. Put user in timeout. No. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. I was trying to pin it. Oh, I guess I got to do it on here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, any hoodly do. It's the Bad Mother's Day. I'm giving it a few minutes to get going, to get rock and rolling. Oh, thank you, Fig. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I'm able to sit down again for a day or two because my shoulder popped back in. Is your mom still living, Fig? You strike me as someone who actually had probably a good mom, like a cool mom, like PJ's mom, like a mom's mom. How was my buddy PJ? This is the guy. He's like a foot. He's like, I don't know, 3 feet tall. I don't know. He's like a, you know PJ, right? So PJ's always, yeah. So what's up? Let me, I'm gonna fucking snort my, I'm gonna do this and that. Oh, okay. You lost your dad in 92. Oh, okay. Yeah, I lost mine. I think it was, I want to say like 85, 84, 85. I think it was. Yeah, I think about 85. I think it was. I think I lost him in 85. June 85, actually. So anyhow, he is the sweetest mom in the entire world, the best mom. All of you guys. Oh, no way. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, did they just get out on parole? And that's how he found him? Like every one of them just got it. I'm kidding. Holy, what is that tooth? I gotta do something about that. That's horrible. That's getting fixed right away. I can't do that. I can't take that. Congratulations to PJ. That is fucking fantastic. I'm so happy for him. I am so happy for him because that's a cool thing to do. I mean, you know, you never know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully they're worth billions too. His adopted family is fucking perfect. I wish I had been put up for adoption. I'm going to be honest. In all truth, I wish 100%. At Jimmy and Joey's, was it? But I 100% wish I had been put up for adoption. Like my mom was the worst. Now, this is the thing: is a lot of people get upset because of this one fact. And let me do this. I'm going to do one thing just so I do this right because I'm really working on being a little more professional. I blame my mom for. God damn that thing! That is fucking A. I did not look at that shit. That is fuck that. That will not be. I can't do that. I'm not that person with that space between my two. Fuck that. Okay, I'm going to do something here real quick. Okay. So, once again, guys, welcome to I'm Burger Podcast, 7th annual Bad Mother's Day. The question on the table is, should there be a thank you for being a good parent? Aren't we supposed to be good parents? Isn't that just, hey, you have kids, you're supposed to take care of them and raise them and do what you're supposed to, do all the stuff for them. And if you don't, you suck. But now it's like, hey, they didn't eat their kids. What great parents. They didn't fucking chop their kids' heads off. What wonderful parents. And that's not really okay, And I think we have to get back to maybe putting a lot more accountability on parents. And so I'm going to share with you why I do the Bad Mother's Day. Because my mom today is probably getting gifts and #1 mom charms. Hell, my oldest sister's probably getting my mom her 300th #1 mom charm. You rule, mom. Best mom ever. But was she the best mom ever when she was riding on top of your fiance in our house? Was she the best mom then? Was she the best mom when her husband pulled his dick out at your party and she let it go? Or kicked you out of the house at 15? Was she the best mom? I mean, are the charms being real? Could you get her a charm that said, hey, she sort of tried? Hey, she didn't even do as good as her mom, who was a total single mom on her own? Hey, She was kind of shit. You know, she had the opportunity to do so much better and didn't. Like charms like that, hey, mom, you had me. You know what I'm saying? How about getting her a charm like that? Hey, mom, you had me. Hey, mom, at least you didn't fuck all my boyfriends. You know, like my mom had sex with, I think it was one or two of my friends, it turned out. Do you know what that's like growing up? Like my mom was really hot in her day. She was sick, gorgeous, door knocker nipples. I only know this because she would fall asleep. No, well, she'd pass out drunk in front of the one toilet, the one bathroom we had, because her idiot husband destroyed the other bathroom we had because he was going to put in a sauna, which never happened. Biggest idiot in the world. Anyway, she would pass out drunk all the time in front of the toilet, throwing up, but then she'd pass out in a negligee with her titties hanging out. Amazing tits, by the way, and her vagina showing. Now people are like, oh my God, how do you say that? No, fuck you. How does she do that? And that's the problem with the world. You say my mom's a piece of shit. Oh, you got to love your mom. Fuck you. You don't have my mom. You don't have a lot of people's moms. If you got a mom worth loving, then you're lucky. Be happy. If you're that person and you got a mom, if you're PJ Stansberry, you fucking praise your mom, man. That woman's a fucking saint. From far as I know, far as he's ever said, far as I've ever heard. His mom and dad were fucking saints. They gave him everything. His whole life has been made possible because of those two people. And they deserve thank yous. He's been able to fuck off and everything he's had back in his whole life. He's always had a place to return to, a safe house. Those people. That's when you thank your parents. His dad was badass, passed away, God rest his soul. His mom, who I had the pleasure of meeting, one of the best moms I've ever met. Just amazing. I mean, just the sweetest, kindest. You can't fake that kind of heart. And PJ didn't turn out perfect by any means, but they were still wonderful parents. Excuse me. PJ did graduate college, though. PJ does have a college degree, you see. So they were great parents. They gave someone like PJ, and he went and got a college degree. Yeah. Brian Fig, I'm throwing that up. That's really good. I like that. You can barely see me over it. But read that real quick because I like that. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you, that's the simple fact is we've let parents get away with fucking doing the worst jobs ever. Again, let me go on. So I knew that my mom was really sexy, and I knew she had a great looking vagina, a total fucking anthill. Didn't shave, went natural. Great door knocker nipple titties. Just fantastic, perky. And I say, people are like, oh my God, that is the worst thing in the world. That's your mom. How can you say that? Well, because I had to see it all the time. You see, if I didn't have to see it all the time, I wouldn't have to say it. I'm being honest with what I saw. Now, if I was sitting here going, yeah, no, totally. I used to rape the shit out of the dogs and, you know, rape my mom and stuff. And then she'd cry and say she was going to call the police, but she wouldn't because she was afraid. Okay, then I'm a horrible fucking human being and I'm awful. I'm not saying I didn't fuck my mom. I thought about it, but I didn't. No. I mean, again, Freudian, baby. How can I not when she's passed out fucking naked in a negligee with her VG showing? And she, again, my mom, guys would honk and stop their cars for her. So my sister was a model. Look at Penthouse, Michelle Sue's Penthouse, or Michelle Berger, whatever she goes by. Penthouse, check it out. This is what I grew up with. This is what I had to grow up with as a kid, getting in fights and shit over this crap all the time. And then people wanted to fuck my mom. But the fact was, is people knew people had fucked my mom. Like kids, underage kids had fucked my mom. So she was the MILF whore that was super hot, but I didn't know this at the time. And then as I got older, people would ask me like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to start shit. I was 206 pounds. Had been to jail a couple times, really ready to fucking fight and kill someone, no problem. So people were like super like, hey, I'm not being a dick. I swear to God, you know, don't get pissed at me. Can I ask you a question about your mom? And I'm like, did she fuck my sister's fiance? Yes. Did she fuck some of my friends? Yes. Did a lot of people, I guess, fuck her? Yeah, I guess. Was she an escort? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know all this. Everyone else did, apparently. So we were a big joke, you see. But if I bring this stuff up, I'm the bad guy somehow. And that's the problem with the world, is I'm the bad guy because I bring it up, not because she did it. That's my, I mean, I don't want to get too political, but just a quick point. Trump needed to be impeached because he brought up the fact that Biden did a horribly illegal thing. That's the insanity. That's the insanity. That's the way we think. I'm horrible for saying my mom had a great veg and knocked her nipples and was a total whore. She's not god awful for fucking my friends and underage kids and being a total whore and then bringing some scumbag white trash pussy piece of shit, racist, chauvinist piece of garbage into our lives. When my father was 6'2", 350, never hated a person ever due to their race, never cared whether you were a man or a woman, straight, gay, or whatever. He was one of the most didn't give a fuck dudes ever. If you were cool, you were cool. Didn't care what you did in your own life. Didn't care what your gender, skin color, religion was. He was friends with fucking everybody from all. That's why I grew up I honestly grew up thinking like racism wasn't like a real thing type, because of my dad and stuff like that. But then when my mom brought that piece of shit Jay into our house, this Polak dude, and she brought him because, I mean, I don't even want to be a dick, but all the Polish, who gets fucking married to? Anyway, there's a lot of great Polish people out there, by the way, just not this one. By the way, his dad was really great. I got along great with my step-grandfather. I call him my step-grandfather because he was great. Jay is just a piece of shit. He was never my stepfather. He was just some garbage fuck who used to pull his dick out around kids and gave us drugs. Like Jay is who I did cocaine with. Jay is who I smoked weed with. We stole his weed all the time. My mom let it be around us, but I'm horrible for bringing everything up. I'm the bad guy for calling her out on it all. Why? Because let me follow you through this all. So she does all that. She's a drunk. Her husband is hitting her in the front of our house. And I go up and I pull a knife on him. I was like 12 at the time. I pull a knife to his throat, a little pocket knife like that big, and I cut his throat across here. And he calls the police and shit, right? Whatever. But they don't do shit because he was hitting my mom. And at the same time, she lets him come stay there. She lets him stay. Okay, whatever. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm tiny at this time. I'm smoking rock and shit like that. I'm 12, 13. I'm hanging out in the project, smoking rock, selling rock, doing all this shit, right? And so we're in Pacoima. And so anyway, I'm meeting all the wrong people. Anyway, so I'm my dad dies. I just start fully working out. I get psycho about working out. So I'm working out all the time. I quit all drugs. I quit rock, everything. I'm fucking working out hardcore. I get to 206 pounds, 18-inch arms. All I'm doing is fucking angry as fuck. I'm selling drugs. I'm selling steroids, stealing motorcycles, all kinds of shit. And I even remember a few times coming down to Hollywood to grab bikes, which I never did. It's all fake. Anyway, and so, I'm doing all this crazy shit and I'm fucking fighting all the time, all this stuff. And this dude, my mom's husband, had become a joke. Like I used to make fun of him at this point because I could beat his ass so easy. And he was only like 9 years older than me. He wasn't much older than me, way younger than my mom. So he was only like 9 years older than me. And so, he would always talk about how, he can't wait till I lose all my muscle because I'm going to be fat, which is funny because probably why I'm so thin now that I lost all my size. But anyway, so he would start shit all the time. He kicked my sister out and I got into it with him, this and that. Anyway, my mom had 2 more kids and he was totally abusive toward them and with them. And so I cut my brother's hair. He flipped out, went after my little brother, screaming at him, telling him he looks like shit and he's not going to a game with him and all this stuff and he's crap and da-da. And I told him, and this was in front of their business that I helped him start at the time. And then this is when I was big. And so I go up to him, I go, hey bro, don't fucking, he was 5 years old, by the way. My little brother was 5 years old. I go, don't fucking yell at him, bro. Or no, he wasn't even that, he was like 3 or 4 years old. And I go, don't yell at him, bro. I cut his fucking hair. If you got a problem, come talk to me and this and that. And he's like, you're a fucking psycho. I go, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I swear to God, I'm so close to kicking your ass. He's like, yeah, I'd like to see you try. I go, I will fuck you. Oh my God. And he goes to swing at me. And again, this is a guy who's a total chauvinist, a bully. He's always talking shit. He had a shirt, true, swear to Jesus, had a shirt that said mustache rides 5 cents. He was that guy who had he referred to women as broads, things like that. He had the ride my dick shirt thing or whatever that was, just dumb shit like that. Anyway, so he goes to swing, I step back, boom, I hit him. And I'd been boxing at Brothers Gym, the Jet Center, all this stuff at this time. All I did was fight and shit like that. So I hit him in the face one time. I dislocate his eye socket, I rip his cheekbone open. Blood just flies everywhere, all over my badass 94 teal, green, and gray Mustang with leather black seats. What the fuck's up? Who was selling fucking mad trucks then? Badass fucking 5.0. Anyway, blood all over the side of it. He grabs his face and he's like, oh my God, he killed me. He starts screaming and crying. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Ah. So then after that, he never touched my brother or my sister. They didn't grow up abused by him, but like me and my other sisters did. They didn't grow up fucked with by him. He never said shit to them because of that. At the same time, it really put a big thing between me and my family and created massive problems. And so in doing so, it caused mad fights between me and my mom, things like that. He would always cause problems, but when I'd show up to things, he'd run away. Like he was pitching for my brother's baseball game one time as one of the parents pitching, and me and my wife showed up at the time. And again, I never said anything to him after I beat the shit out of him and made him cry like a little twat. But I came out and he ran off the mound and just ran out the outfield and jumped over the fence and took off. It was the most hysterical thing through anything I've ever seen. And my wife at the time was dying laughing because I never showed up and went like, I'll kill you and this and that. Anyway, so I didn't stop talking to my family because of that. I stopped talking to my family because they would make fun of my wife and this and that. And my mom and them did something really mean to my wife. And so I stopped talking to them at the time. I reconciled with them, but then this idiot started shit again while I had my kid in my arms. And I was going to kill him. And I was just like, and they were like, okay, well, let's just let it go. I go, fuck you guys. You're ridiculous. You guys are such trash pieces of shit. And they are. Like my oldest sister, who could have been a model, an actress, an athlete. She went to the Olympic trials for soccer. She was one of the best soccer players I'd ever seen. But she was so gorgeous. Guys would follow her around the field, come by her house and honk. She had everything going for her. She ended up in Penthouse and stripping. She ended up in soft porn. Like she did soft porn, and that's what she accomplished. I'm the first person in my family to have graduated college. The first. Out of all those pieces of shit, and only because I got away from them. And that's the pathetic thing. And they all had the opportunity to do great. But they just turned to garbage. My sister separated from her husband, and then she just started dating everyone and acting just like my mom did. Then her kids got into shit, and it was like, and she had great kids. Like her kids were fucking amazing. They were like scholars, honors, top athletes, just fucking sick. And what was so funny is I told my brother-in-laws, do not fucking smoke weed with my brother Jamie. Not one of you give Jamie or ever smoke with him till he's an adult, and if he chooses to, then fine. But you don't fucking, and they just, they all kept it a secret from me because they know I'd have fucked them up at the time. But they kept it a secret from me, and they smoked weed with him. And my older brother-in-law for my older sister, I told him, like, please don't, like, really don't, because I'll fucking fuck you. I'll really be pissed, dude. So he smokes anyway, does it anyway so my brother becomes a total fucking pothead. And then rather than going to like real college and stuff, he ends up going to the musical institute and gets a certificate and does nothing with it. And then became a substitute teacher, I think, recently. But he did shit and did nothing and wandered around aimlessly. But what was hysterical is my brother-in-law's son got busted with weed in Texas that he came out here and got from my brother, who was given weed from his father when I asked him not to. So it came full circle on him. I told him, please don't smoke with my brother at all. He's too young. Let him live his life. Let him grow naturally. Don't let him smoke weed. That's it. Don't be a part of it. Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. And kept it super secret. Didn't tell me. They totally did what I asked them not to do. Came around, bit him in the ass because his own son went to jail because my brother gave him a bunch of edibles to take to Texas. He got busted for the weight of the edibles as weed. This was years ago when it was a big deal. So, I mean, I hope I hope my nephews and stuff, and nieces do great. They're all pretty much wonderful. A bunch of them I don't even know. But the ones I know, I love, and they're wonderful. And I wish the best for them. But look at what happened. Look at how everyone acted. You know, it's, I think it's best said this way, that it's always darkest before it's dawn. John Conley, Debbie Berger. We do a big joke because my sister, I guess everybody in the family makes a big joke about it. I just hear it secondhand. Like I found out secondhand, but I guess her whole family, my mom and all them, make a joke about how Debbie does quotes that are other people's quotes. And so they make fun of her like Michael Scott from The Office, where he goes like, he does the Bill Gates quote, and he's like, whatever, whatever. And then he's like, Bill Gates. Michael, God damn it, I can't even think of his name. But anyway, yeah, from The Office. Anyhow, this has been part of the Bad Mother's Day. This is something I do annually just because I think there's a lot of people out there who do have really bad mothers. And they feel like, oh, well, I guess I shouldn't say something. I guess I should just be nice. I guess I should let it go. Well, you break the chain by not letting it go. That's the one big thing. That's what I will tell. I'm going to tell you guys a couple pieces of advice, and they might be useful. You break the chain by breaking the connection. You cannot pretend like it was all okay and then change. You have to admit to what was done wrong. So you have to call your mom or dad or whoever's been bad like that out. So you deal with it in the sense of you go, okay, this is wrong. You can't fucking do this. This is not okay. And fuck you. And unless you're going to apologize, which by the way, she went to AA, never apologized to me. She stole money from me. She stole stuff I got from my dad from me. She fucked my friends. She fucked my sister's fiance, and everybody knew. She fucked my sister's friend, brother, my sister's friend's brother. She fucked all this stuff, but never thought I deserved an apology when she went to AA or NA or whatever she went to. She went to AA because she was an alcoholic. She used to walk around with little martinis, cans of martinis in her purse. We were at a friend's Thanksgiving, and she just fell over and threw up all over her rabbit fur coat. Just red wine everywhere in front of everyone, and we had to play soccer with everyone the next day. Shit like that she would do all the time. Just a horrible, embarrassing person. And her husband was such a twat coward. And it was just awful. And so if I pretend like that shit wasn't the way it was, then I would do like most people and just act the same. The only way you get to change it and break the continuation, break the chain, is you disconnect it. And they could have acted better, and then we'd still be connected, but they didn't. But here's the fact, is my kids are on scholarships. My kids, as far as I know, I'm going to tell you this, as far as I know, my kids have never been in trouble for drugs, never been busted with drugs, not smoking, nothing, not drinking, nothing. I know my older daughter has a little wine here and there, or a White Claw and this and that. She's in college. She's 19. My ex gets pissed as fuck. I don't really care. Like, you know, it doesn't mean shit to me. Like, in that sense, she's not out drinking and this and that. She has a couple with her friends from this Jewish a cappella group or things like that. And it's the most mild thing ever. And so it's like, you know, again, behind my back, they might be doing fat lines of meth and in orgies and all kinds of porn, both of them, my son and my daughter. They might be doing the craziest shit in the world. I don't know. What I do know is, to my knowledge, they both have. Well, to what I do know is they have scholarships. They graduated with honors. They've been amazing. They've been involved. My daughter sang at Carnegie Hall, also did a choir thing in Hawaii, Disneyland. My son, school president, king of the formals. I mean, just insane shit. They both played soccer. My daughter was a goalie like me, just had a badass, you know. I mean, just all kinds of shit, man. So if you break the chain, you make it stronger and better. If the chain needed breaking. Now, that's somebody coming to kill my mom. Yeah, that's someone coming to get my mom. Oh, they're messing with the homeless dude. He's always there, man. They're messing with the homeless dude in the wheelchair. That's horrible. I need to leave him alone. Sorry, I gotta see it. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to see that. I hate that. But he, see, there you go. Wait, hold on. Let me explain this perfect. This is a beautiful example. Okay, so the old homeless dude that's in the wheelchair, oh my God, it's so sad. So sad. And I thought, oh my God, I felt bad for him and this and that. And I was going to get him some alcohol. And then I thought, wait, whoa. I was talking to a guy I know down there, and he's like, yeah, nah. He's the biggest fucking asshole in the world. And he's always talking shit about women and this and that. And he says how his kids are pieces of shit. He doesn't talk to them and this and that. And I thought, fuck him. Exactly. He was a dick to begin. Like, he seemed like a dick. But then you got to understand, like, a lot of these people you think are sweet and old and this and that, they might have been dicks. One example, and then I got one more piece of advice, and then I'm going to move on in my life. Here's the thing. There was a guy I loved, this guy Ruben. Loved him, passed away, God rest his soul. Absolutely wonderful guy, sweetest guy, cute, older Latin dude. Was married to my wife's aunt, who I loved, this lady Jeannie. She was the sweetest, kindest woman ever. Very big woman, Greek, large woman. He was a tiny, chubby Mexican dude who barely spoke English. Didn't have papers when they met. They married, had kids. One kid always got in trouble. The other kid, Frida, my kid's godparent, was just God rest her soul. She was killed by her husband, and nobody checks it out. Nobody even looks into it again. They'll just let it go. Motherfucker killed her. One of the best people the world's ever seen, Frida. One of the best people ever. And this dude fucking kills her. Anyway, bullshit. I hate this. I call it out every chance I get because that's what I mean. I'm not afraid. I don't give a fuck. Nobody can be my friend. I don't need a friend in the fucking world. I need honesty and I need truth. And I realize that. I had a friend of mine who tried to explain to me I need to do this and I need to do that. No, bro, I need to be a great human. That's what I need to fucking be. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck everything. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your thoughts. Fuck all that. I need to be a good human being. Somebody I can be proud of as a human being. I don't need to do tricks to get ahead. If I don't get ahead, I don't get ahead. But success is measured by what you think in succeeding is. This is a life to live. So if you've lived it falsely, and you've kowtowed and you've done bullshit that you regret, that's your life, is a regretful life. It's a regretful life. If you got kids you fucking stopped talking to, if you got kids you've been shitty to and you didn't apologize and things like that, that's a regretful life you live and you'll die regretting. And that's what I'm saying. All that matters to me is what I am to my kids. Yeah, I'm not perfect and I flip out sometimes. And I'm a dick sometimes. And I say the wrong things sometimes. But I'm far from it. But I'm always willing to apologize right away, and I'm always willing to talk about anything and hear them, and they're never cut out. And I never tell them, "Don't come over, or go to your mom's," or "Why don't you not live here then?" Never said that to them, and never will. I don't have my house; it's our house. Anywhere I live is our house, and that's the thing. These are your children. These are your children. I'm going to tell a lot of you parents right now. These are your children. They will love you for very little. You have to do very little. You have to do a lot wrong for them to hate you. My mom did a lot wrong for me to hate her. Me and my mom were very close at one time for most of my childhood. We were super close. She did a lot for me to hate her. And she made those choices. And they were weak, ignorant choices. And she never apologized. Don't do that. If you're a parent and you owe apologies to your kids, give them the real apology. Don't tell them, oh, this sort of. So no, tell them the real deal. Tell them, sorry, I smoked crack most of your life. You know, like my ex-wife, her mom used to take her on crack runs. So apologize for taking your daughter on crack runs and being horrible. But don't just apologize. Say, you know what? I need to put effort into helping you elevate. I have to help you elevate so we don't continue this. So if you are a parent, you realize you've been shitty, apologize, and then do something to help your child elevate above what you've taken them to. Help them elevate. Now, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people are proud of grandparents who are raising kids because the parents are on drugs, the parents are homeless, the parents are runaways, you know, the parents took off, whatever it be. Parents didn't care, they're alcoholics, they're in jail. Well, you know what? You raised shitty kids. They had kids. Now you're raising them. Here's my motto. If you do not raise yours, you will raise theirs. God will make sure you raise children if you have them. May not be yours. You will raise somebody's children. You will pay when you don't want to. When you're older and tired, you'll pay. So raise your children and they'll raise theirs and you get to have fun being a grandparent. So always remember that. And to my mom, I'm sorry you weren't stronger. I'm sorry you let somebody act like that and come into our house. I'm sorry you slept with my sister's fiance and underage kids and the neighbors and Vicky Alcho's brother. I'm sorry you slept with all those people. I'm sorry I had to walk in on you so many times riding on top of dudes. I'm sorry you passed out naked on the couch in front of the toilet. I'm sorry you were a total whore, but not in a cool way. I'm sorry you never said sorry, I guess. I'm sorry if all those things are my fault. I guess I'm sorry. I was an asshole who got in a lot of trouble and called you out on everything. I'm also the child you made. My children are what I made. Last other thing I'll say is I am not responsible for the way I was raised. MARCIA SKOWRON is responsible for the way I was raised. I am responsible for how I raised mine, and I have kicked ass at it. So, I am the product of a problem. I am the producer of a solution. My kids are a benefit to the world. My kids are going to give so much more to this world than they've taken from it. I and my mom have taken from this world so much more than we ever gave. Well, I gave my kids, so that evens me out. However, as a person, I've also been a teacher for 14 years, and I was a counselor. Okay, here's the thing. I did a lot of things wrong in my life, but then I turned around a long time ago after I stopped talking to my family, went to school, graduated, became something, did things. Am I perfect? No, I'm total fucking trash. I'm ass backwards. I'm the guy who still steals at the store, but I do it in a coy way. I don't hide things. I don't shoplift. I have little tricks, computer tricks and shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm that guy. I'm the guy who sends things back late and gets them free. I'm a con. I'm a hustler. I'm all those things. But my kids aren't, because I knew not to pass that on. I work on not being those things. I work on being better. One of the things I've realized, though, is I'm a good human being. And for that, I owe nobody nothing anymore. I don't have to be nice. I don't have to be kind. I have to be good. And if you don't want to book me, if you don't want to be my friend, if you don't want to support me and you don't want to include me, I totally understand. I didn't ask you to. I'm okay going my way. I do perfectly fine by myself. Right now, I'm sporting 0 views. Bam. In your face, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? In your motherfucking face. I'm killing it on this. Killing it.